What's up? It's your girl FoxySoMystical, okay? And over here, we all protected. 444. Stop playing with the ancestors. Our ancestors. Don't play with my ancestors. Because I don't want to have to pull up spiritually and show you something. Feel me? But, hey, y'all. So, I'm doing something new today. I already pre-pulled because I'm doing something new today, okay? And yeah, let's get started, shall we? So, overall energy I'm feeling is you moving forward, you moving on. And it's so funny that when I start talking, this loud car or motorcycle starts going past my house. So, this is definitely involving you moving the fuck forward. And honestly, after hearing that goddamn motor, it may be from something so goddamn dramatic. You're moving forward from something that gave you a lot of stress, heartache. You're moving on from someone who gave you a lot of stress and heartache, right? Your whole thing was to be in this Four of Wands energy with this person, which you probably at one point were, but things just got a little bit too not okay. A little bit too what's the word? I don't like when I get choked up, right? Chaotic. Things got a little chaotic energetically. Um, and that can definitely cause strife in a relationship in terms of romance. But your current energy now, you could currently be feeling heartbroken. You could currently be feeling let down. You can currently just be feeling like, you know, you thought someone was there for you, but they just like completely betrayed you. Getting some of you only take what resonate, by the way, and leave what does not resonate. I'm getting that some of you also could have went through someone's phone recently. You could have seen about 6 women in there, 7 women in there. And that could have put you in a state of insecurity where you felt like you had to compete for this person's love. Now here in this energy, in my energy here, whoever this message is applying to, if this is your first time in my energy and just listening to me give out these messages, please know that this is we on the self-love over here, baby. You put yourself before anybody and anything. You don't allow anybody to get you out of the state of lowering your standards, sufficing for their needs. Okay? We don't sacrifice how we feel. If someone doesn't meet you where you deserve to be met, self-love will compensate you for that. You get what I'm saying? I think a lot of us become attached to the people around us. And we need to learn as a collective that we are not bound to anyone by attachments, because that will just keep our spirits and souls attached to this world forever type time. It's a little deeper than what I'm saying. But anyway, back to the reading. But yeah, so some of you could have definitely went through somebody's phone recently, and you just seen a lot of people in that phone, whether it was men or women, whoever this message applying to, it's applying to. But you just wasn't feeling that. But this could have caused you to just feel like you gotta stay in this relationship and you gotta, fight for what's yours, which is this person that you thought you were going to have this Four of Cups with. Now you are a very giving person, and because of that, you know, life will continue to treat you fairly, regardless of what you go through, because some things you have to go through in life in order to become who you need to become. You have to go through some things in life in order to become who you really need to become. So, but because you are such a giving person and you treat people fair, life will treat you the same. You know, don't give up on that. But I am seeing you moving forward with new energy in terms of action. You're choosing something different. I do see that ultimately. You moving on and definitely choosing something different Now, in the near future, I do see, just based off of your current energy, don't forget that energy changes, and so does your future based on which paths you decide to take. Um, but currently, I am seeing someone from your past possibly showing up, someone from your childhood. I've been seeing this card a lot lately, the Six of Cups. This could also be in relation to just you loving yourself, you loving your inner child, you going back inside and healing your inner child. This could also be in regard to that. And for some of you, like I said, this is in regards to someone actually stepping back into your life, a childhood crush, someone that's just been, you've been friends with, or, a family friend that you just been, cool with. I do feel the energy of this card is dealing with romance. So this person could be presenting a cup to you, you know, in the near future, once you decide to heal and move on from the situation that you're currently in, which I see you doing. You're definitely moving on. You're moving on with clarity. You're moving on with knowledge. You're moving on with the fact that now you know how to move in the world because of what you previously went through. You know how to protect yourself now. You know how to protect your emotions because you gave so much into this situation. You gave so much, so many pentacles you have given, so much money, so much time, so much, things that, may seem little to others, but are really not so little to you. You gave so much, but you are moving forward with clarity, with leadership. You are moving forward with authority. You're moving forward with that. And I do feel heavily that Six of Cups energy in your near future is because of this, you moving forward and starting to recognize that you deserve what you deserve, and you love yourself. You're moving forward with passion, with love. This past situation is teaching you something that you didn't expect to go through, because your whole thing was to marry this person and build with this person and live in stability with this person. But this person has betrayed you by putting you in third party situations and having multiple women or men, but your forward movement is going to get you to manifest easily. You're going to have many options in front of you, but be aware that some of these options are just illusions. They're not the real thing. You know, you have to be aware of that as well. So you have to focus on moving forward with authority and clarity and decisiveness, and be aware that Seven of Cups opportunities will be presented to you, and you have to be able to decipher what's actually what. Okay. I also see that maybe you have some fears of moving forward with clarity because you don't want to be taking this walk in life by yourself. Um, what I'm going to say is that even though you sometimes have to isolate in order to level up, this is not this small isolation that you're going through is not permanent, because you're going to have options. You're going to have options. You're going to have options in a possible future if you stay on this path. But if this path changes, of course, these cards will change. But currently, if you stay on this path that you're on, in terms of the heartbreak you're currently feeling, like I said, you're going to come across somebody from either your childhood, or you're going to be just going through a self-healing journey of healing your inner child, which will lead you to the manifestations that you need to manifest. And you're going to have options. You're going to be choosing between the spiritual and the physical. What fulfills me internally versus what fulfills me outwardly. You're going to have options. You're going to have those type of options coming in. But don't focus on the fear of you feeling like you're going to be taking this journey alone mentally through this life. You know, you and your kids, if you have kids, or don't live life with your head down. You get what I'm saying? Always keep your chin up. But that's what I have for y'all right now with my prepaid. Oh my god, I said prepaid. Listen, somebody could be on a prepaid plan. I don't know. But that's all I have for y'all right now. And if this message resonated, please do not be afraid to like, comment, follow, / subscribe. Okay, thank y'all. I love y'all, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. It's your girl, FoxySoMystical, and yes,